Hey, Mike, you live. I'm a flight attendant and I've been doing this for over 3 years. I've gained 40 pounds since I started and it's starting to show and it's bumming me out. I work out 3 to 5 times a week, but the biggest problem is my diet. That's most people's problem, by the way. It's been hard for me to meal prep for these 4 to 6 day trips I get sent on, and I find myself eating a lot of snacks while in the air. 6'1", 140. I'd like to get back to 200. Oh, I'm sure that's a typo because he said he gained 40 and he wants to get back to 200. So that must mean he's 6'1", 240. Because if you're 6'1", 140, we don't need to be worrying about much snacking. You should get to snacking. Here's the thing. Flight attendant is a perfect example of a job that really does make it extra hard to do something that most people find difficult as is, and that is meal prep or staying on top and in control of the food you eat, as opposed to just going about life and then finding something out in the wild, right? Because when you find something out of the wild, you're not going to make good choices, and you're not going to do it consistently. There's going to be fast food. There's going to be vending machine food. There's going to be, convenience store food. That's the way things go. And that is what truly separates people who have long-term nutritional success. I'm not even going to say diet because it doesn't even have to be a matter of weight loss. I'm talking about people like myself who I'm not concerned with losing weight. I don't find that I'm overweight, but I have long-term consistent nutritional health for a reason. And it's not because I'm so smart and I know which foods to eat and which foods not to eat. I think there's something there that's at play. But honestly, it's because I am always in charge of what I'm eating. Always. From the beginning, from the moment I wake up to the second I go to bed, and sometimes even prior to going to bed for the next day. And I have been in situations in my life where I was traveling a lot, where I was going from one job to the next across town. And if any of you guys live in Southern California, I used to do a radio show early in the morning. I had to be live on the air at 5 a.m. Then it'd be at Mid-Wilshire at noon, then go back to my house in Pasadena at the time, and then get back to Loveline at 10 p.m. So I know what I'm talking about. It sounds easy for me from my life perspective now to go and give you this advice. Just always be prepared. Yeah, you spend a lot of time in my home now, especially after the lockdown. But I know what I'm talking about. And even during those times, I just didn't go to work or go to a meeting and then not have any idea of what I was going to do for my food. When I go on a road trip with my family now, I've got an apple and some chicken thigh or some sirloin. I provide this for my family. I feel like I'm quite resourceful. I'm the provider. But that's, you know what I'm saying? Or if that's not the case, I know, hey, we're driving to San Antonio this weekend. Check online. There's a Hop Daddy grass-fed burger 20 miles into our trip. We'll be there probably around 11:30. Boom, that's our lunch. I'm going to take some bone broth and heat it up, mix it with some sea salt, and that's going to be my little snack on the way home so that when I get back for dinner around 7, everything will be easy peasy. I mean, that's the level of planning that goes into it. Now, that was kind of a long aside to get to what should I do about it. What I'm telling you is that you can't, if you guys want this, if you guys and gals, if you want to lose a lot of weight, if you want to lose a lot of body fat, if you want to gain muscle, the biggest tip I can give you it has nothing to do with sets and reps, and it has nothing to do with certain calories or protein intake. It's that take control of all this shit. Take control of all of it. I get so many people in my top tier on Patreon, they say, I feel bad, man. And I go, I'm not going to judge you. Just give me the update. What's going on? I just can't find, I cannot get this much protein in, and I'm not asking them to do exorbitant amounts, And I'll say, well, why? And they'll say, well, next thing you know, I get to work and I'm on my way home and it's 4:30. I've only had 20 grams. And I go, listen, just don't do that. And, he or she will say, well, what do you mean? I go, don't do that. Don't allow yourself to be at sundown having only 20 grams of protein. When you wake up, get 30 fucking grams in your mouth. Have something to take with you to work that has 25 to 40 grams. My point being is that you have to take control. Now, yeah, if you're a flight attendant, you don't really have access to much, and I'm sure there's probably limitations on what you can even bring onto the plane. So I get that. You're in a very, very strange position when it comes to meal planning. But this is one of the very rare situations where I would say, look, liquid protein is going to be helpful. If that's a problem as far as bringing that on to the plane, because I know it is liquid, you can travel in, because I travel with it, so they must allow you on, if they allow me on, a bag, like a Ziploc bag with powdered protein in it. And you're on your flight, grab a little bottle of water, shake that up, mix it, do. If you're in the air longer, maybe do that again. But when you get back, you land, you get the ability then to start making those choices. Sure, of course you're going to want to go to restaurants, maybe with coworkers and things like that. But the more you can take control and then go to a local grocery store, I'm assuming a lot of flight attendants consistently fly the same routes, and so you're probably familiar with a lot of the places you're landing. It's going to be a little bit of extra effort to stop by the grocery market on the way home and get yourself like a chicken breast that's pre-cooked, because I know you might not have a kitchen. Get yourself some fruit for the morning with some you could do hard-boiled eggs, or your hotel may have breakfast. My point being is that you have to take control of it instead of just being a passenger in life and then expecting food to just show up. Because if that's your route, I'm telling you, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. And you could do fucking keto, or you could do intermittent fasting, or you could do vegan, or you could do carnivore. If you are constantly living your life where you're just expecting, like, oh, when the time comes when I get hungry, I'll find food. Not in this fucking country. No way. Because these billion-dollar corporations are way too good at providing you with all this convenience food and making it really, really readily available on the spot at a pretty fucking appealing price. So the longer you go in this kind of backseat mode of putting food in your body, the higher the risk of you eating food that is just not going to be good for you in the long run. And I'm not even talking about good for you from a health standpoint. I'm talking about you are not, regardless if your goal is weight gain, muscle gain, fat loss, overall performance, that is not going to work out, okay? I can guarantee you that is, in my opinion, the biggest tip I can say. It's like, cut out this idea of being passive when it comes to the food that you eat. You have to be completely in control, and you're always knowing when and where you're going to eat and what you're going to be eating. Now, does that include every fucking day of every fucking moment of your life? Of course not. There's special occasions. There's going out to drinks, and there's going out to dinner with loved ones. And I believe that is really important, and you should do that and not have to take Tupperware with you all the time. I'm talking about day in and day out, by and large. So don't go, it's like, well, not all of us are fucking dorky fitness guys like you, Mike, okay? We have lives. Yeah, I get it. And if you're going out to dinner with coworkers, if you're going out to dinner with loved ones, if you're going on a date, I don't expect you to bring a food scale. and measure out your lean sirloin, shitbag. What I'm saying is that Monday through Friday, day in and day out, the overwhelming majority of your life cannot be lived in the fashion of not knowing. You have to take control. It's a decision you make. Thank you.